Everyone who's into the cars knows that they are just money pits. Whether you're spending your cold hard cash on modifications, spare parts, or just on fancy products to keep your car clean, they always have and always will find a way to zap all the money out your bank account. I'm at a point now where I'm happy with how I've got the 140. I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't going to keep buying parts for it, but if I had to keep it as it is now for a year or so, I wouldn't be complaining at all. So I thought I'd take you through the costs for all the parts and modifications that I've bought to get my car to look like this, and yeah, I haven't totaled it up yet either, so hopefully I'm not going to give myself a cardiac arrest when I see the final figure. Let's get into it. Now, modifying your car can be an endless task. Not everyone is into that kind of thing, which is totally fine, but with a platform like the 140, it'd be rude not to, I suppose. I've done pretty much all the cosmetic mods that you might want to do to a 140, barring bumper conversions to make it look like an M2, but I haven't gone fully into the handling side of things because, well, I don't really need to. What I'll do in this video is take you through everything that I've done, give you the specs of things, etc, and total it up along the way. Then once I've ticked off everything I've done to my car, I'll keep on going and total up what many people would consider to be the perfect M140i, with all the handling mods included. Firstly though, I just want to give a quick shout out to DOOZYCARCARE, who I've partnered up with for the foreseeable to offer you guys a discount on some cleaning products. We'll be doing monthly giveaways, starting with one at the end of this video, so stay tuned to learn a little bit more and find out how to enter. Anyway, where were we? Right, so it was just over a year ago when I bought the car. Since then I've made a few videos on it and I've delved into what certain parts cost on a few occasions, but I've never fully totaled it up. All the numbers I'm going to give you are going to be full retail price, so this is the worst case scenario. You can always pick up parts in the sale or even second hand for cheap. Here we go. I paid £20,700 for the 140, and even though they sold an absolute shit ton of these things, with the current market valuation on them, it looks like I got a bit of a bargain. For that price, I got every single optional extra that I wanted. HK audio, M Performance exhaust, red leather, adaptive suspension, and of course the legendary Pro Nav, to name a few. The car also came with a couple of parts thrown in with a deal, but for the sake of the video, I'll add the costs of the aftermarket parts on top because I would have bought the car without them. The first of those would be gloss black grills. Why manufacturers still put chrome on cars in the 21st century is beyond me. They look so much better without all the shiny bits on, but a pair of these black ones will only set you back about 30 quid off eBay. The next part thrown in was the diffuser. This is the part that I probably get asked most about, and yeah, it's purely for looks. It isn't functional in the slightest, but it's from RK Tuning and it costs £207. I'm very precise, aren't I? The last piece I managed to negotiate into our deal was a front splitter. I haven't really seen a bad one, to be honest, so it doesn't really matter which one you buy, but they look so much better with one fitted. This one is from KSB Auto Styling and it costs £99 new. I'm going to go in order of how I carried these changes out now, so next up was the double res delete. I wasn't going to include labour costs in this video, but considering this was one of the best things I did to the car and the materials only cost like 30 pence, I'm going to let this one slide. So for all the work to get done, it cost me 200 quid, and here's a clip of what the car sounds like now since the work was carried out. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Luckily, I bought the car with an M Performance exhaust already fitted, otherwise you'd be paying an extra £600 to £700 for one. If you want to see a video that I made on the res delete in more detail, I'll link it at the end of this vid after the giveaway. Next up was the cheapo wing mirror mod. Again, I've made a video purely on where to buy these from and how to install them, but if you want to swap out the ferric grey caps for the black M-style ones and change out the bog standard indicators for sequential units, it cost me £42.86. Oh yeah, we're literally counting pennies now. The spoiler I bought was 140 quid, again off eBay, and then I spent another 100 quid having it colour coded because I realised it looked tacky as fuck when it arrived. If you're going to buy carbon, you've got to go big or go home. Don't buy cheap shit. I fudged up and I could have bought the same spoiler in primer and had it painted for £130 all in. You live and you learn. The side skirts are from Maxton Design and cost £139, and the rear spats are also from Maxton as well. £78 they cost me. Don't know what I was smoking at the time, Jesus. Eyeback springs were the next thing on the shopping list, coming in at £122, and these are what they call the Pro Kit, so it's a 20mm drop on the front and a 10mm drop on the rear. And at the same time I fitted those, I popped a set of BMX spacers and extended wheel bolts on to sort out the stance a little bit, while I decided what wheels I wanted to go for. They cost me another £150. Then I opted to flash the gearbox with the XHP software. If you shop around you can probably get it cheaper than £270, but having the extra help when you don't know what you're doing was worth the extra money for me. Thanks, Kyle. Define Coding was on hand yet again to supply and run me through the install of the next mod, which was the boot mode flash. £470 to map your car from 355 brake horsepower to 410? Yes please. If I want to do the stage 2 flash, it's only an extra £60. You don't have to fork out the full amount again, which is mint. Speaking of mint, I'm one green boy now. The wrap set me back a cool 2k. As the lads at Wrap Monkey already had the car in bits, they wrapped the crash bars and canards, and also covered over the silver parts on top of the headlights as part of that £2,000 deal. So expect to maybe pay about £50 to get those bits done. That's a total guess, I really don't have a clue. However, I do know how much the black badges cost because, you know, I bought them off eBay again. They were an extra £20. Last but not least, on parts that I've actually got fitted to my car are the wheels. The replicas of my favourite BMW wheel, the 763Ms, which is class because I wanted to keep the car looking kind of OEM. Unfortunately, the genuine ones don't fit, so these will have to do. The 18x8 with an offset of 40 on the front and 18x9 ET48 on the rears. And no, I'm not painting them black, so stop telling me to do that please. They didn't come with a little OEM M badge, so that was extra. Oh, and I had a red stop start button because, you know, I'm a child. That cost me a £5. There we have it then, £25,256.85 spent on the car so far, minus fuel, tyres and servicing. Hopefully my maths is right. I do have a Bath Motorsport K-brace somewhere, which is another £140, but I haven't fitted that to the car. I don't even know where it is since I moved house, to be honest. How the hell you lose something like that, I don't know. Yeah, I put the private plate on as well, but I'm not going to include that on here because even I know how ridiculously pointless they are, especially when you pay as much as I have. If we keep going though, we can get to the final figure of what you could spend to make this the perfect, in quotation marks, M140i. And I'm just going to do this quickly because I know you all want to get to the giveaway by now. Let's start with a limited slip diff. There's £1,900. Lower control arms, £389. An underbody brace, £138. Bilstein B8, £560, and when you get bored of 400 brake horsepower, you might want to build your own rocket ship. For that, you'll want a sports cat for about £495, depending on which one you go for, a high pressure fuel pump at £650, pure 800s, does that tickle your fancy? Maybe they do, at £2,500, an upgraded ZF8 HP70 transmission to deal with all those extra torques, £1,500, and to stop you from wrapping yourself around a tree, you might want to upgrade your brakes. Here's a kit that's already made up for you for about £2,250 all in, with fluids, lines and rear discs etc. Fancy a carbon interior? £652. How about an upgraded steering wheel? £500. It's just getting silly now, isn't it? There are so many more things that I could add onto this list as well. You know, there's gauges and all these other little accessories, as well as the cost of mapping your car to get it to run right and dyno in it to see how much power you're making. When you look at how much money you've put into this build, you can look at it in one of two ways. You've either got one of the finest kitted out M140i's on the planet, or you could have bought an M2 competition, albeit a bit of a bent one. Right, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much if you made it this far, and to reward your loyalty, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about DOOZYCARCARE, who I mentioned at the start of this video. They're another new detailing brand that I've partnered up with, and recently they've dropped a new batch of products to add to their expanding range. There's snow foam, iron fallout remover, tyre gel, spray wax and loads more to choose from. We're going to be giving away 2 bottles of whatever product you want every single month, starting right now. All you need to do to enter is to leave a comment down below with what product you'd like to win, and when this video reaches 500 likes, I'll pick a random comment as the winner. Don't be disheartened if you don't win. If you want to give the DOOZYCARCARE products a go, then there is a lookship 10 discount code that you can use at checkout, which is active now, so you can save yourself a few pennies. Make sure you go follow us both over on Instagram as well, just in case we have some extra things for you, or if we have any special discounts for you to use on the store. Again, thanks for watching. If you're new around here and you like listening to a northerner ramble on for 10 minutes every week, then hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!